Good morning weekend, everybody. Today is July 3rd. I know that I'm making this a really big theme of, like happy 4th of July. It is not 4th of July quite yet, but hopefully when most of you guys watch this, when the live will be all set and ready to go, it will be July 4th. I am mostly doing this for myself to catch up on some Camp NaNoWRIMO goals because I did not do very well the past 2 days. My husband's been sick. I'm kind of getting a little bit sick, but that is no excuse to not be doing Camp NaNoWRIMO stuff. So that is what I am going to be doing today. I tried to look for some timers that were 4th of July-esque, and I couldn't find any, but I realized that I am using a website that is called Classroom Timers, and usually class is not during the 4th of July here in America. So, which is funny and ironic. I wonder if they did that on purpose, if they're like, we need to make sure that all these kids are out so that they can celebrate America Day. But yes, so I am going to catch you guys up on kind of what I talked about last time too, because last time I actually was making those Camp Nano goals. And here are the flashcards. I am doing the camp cards once again, and I got a couple of them done. I realized that when I was making my goals, if I just worked on one chapter a day, then I would be able to complete the whole book. I'm going to be making that a goal. Once again, I'm not going to beat myself up if I can't accomplish that, but that is, the goal that I am hoping to do. What I am initially going to do is I am going to finish writing on these cards for the first sprint. So I'm just going to make that, I think I'm going to make that 12 minutes. And then during that 12-minute time, if I have some extra lag time, I'm going to start on what my first few goals were. And so that was just making sure that all of the parts that I haven't written yet, the parts that I skipped over, are going to be written. And once those are filled in, then I can focus more on making sure that I don't have plot holes and making sure that everything is edited nicely, just not in first draft mode. There are a couple of chapters that I actually have looked at previously, just when I was bored and all of that sort of stuff. So some of the chapters are a little bit more ready than others. Most of the time, my first drafts are just a bunch of dialogue, and that's it. And no dialogue tags, because I just kind of know who is talking with the dialogue. So it's usually how it goes. There we go. I was going to say, I'm going to try and pull this down so that I'm not, there we go. So that I'm not leaning over. I got this chair for a reason. All right, so let's go over to our timers here. Oh yeah, I already got one set up for you guys. So usually I start my first, I'm gonna move this, hang on, this is bothering me. Okay, I think that's good, there we go. The first video that I have got for you guys while I work on my stuff, come on. It's always such a pain to actually get to it. Since there are no 4th of July timers, I figured that the closest thing that I could do is games that are usually played in a very basic 4th of July picnic. And I feel like at a family reunion, I would definitely see this game for sure. So we are going to start with those. Okay, so who do we got here? Okay, honestly, I definitely want to root for the first one. And I know that that's very cliche, and usually the ones that are number one, like the first people in line, don't get first place. But if the gal with the super blonde hair doesn't win, then I'm going to go for the guy with the orange hair and the purple striped sweater vest. So that's where we're going today, folks. All right. And that timer is going to start for our first sprint of getting Camp Nano stuff done in celebration of 4th of July in 3, 2, 1. All right, it looks like the other blonde character one, which is fine. I'm not bitter about it. As far as what I've been doing, rather than just trying to get people to know about this live, since I did it so last minute, I got to day 24 of at least writing it down on the cards so that I could display it in my room. Apparently I'm a lot slower at writing on cards than I thought I was. So, but I only have about like 5 or 6 more. So hopefully for the next sprint in 15 minutes, I will not take 15 minutes to just write down 5 cards. That would be like 3 minutes each card or something. Excuse me. So just a little bit of recap of where I am at as far as my channel goes. So I have not been able to find my battery charger. So I might have a lag in my videos, but that does not mean that I don't want to make more videos. I don't know. It's showing me that my Wi-Fi is getting wonky. Okay, perfect. Sometimes my Wi-Fi goes in and out for no reason. So there is that. I will try really hard to get that battery as soon as possible. And there was a reason why I did not do a the Reads Day last week. I actually did film a video for the Reads Day, and I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it turned out. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it over later because I feel like I was rushed. I feel like I could have made the video look better. So I am going to try it again and just do that. I also was really tired when I filmed it and I was lagging all of my words. So I will put that video up eventually, but I am not going to put it up soon since obviously I'm going to need a charger for my batteries. I can't believe that I have no idea where it is. Watch, I'm going to buy a new one. And then once I get the new one, I'm just going to find the old one and then I'm going to have 2, which is not going to be a bad thing either because I could also use more batteries. I've been wanting to get more into video stuff anyway, rather than just my channel. So there is that. Also, I am still working on this simultaneously at the same time as I'm doing Camp NaNoWRIMO. I have no idea where the camera is. So I'm going to be working on that as well. I basically have chapter 2 all figured out, but there are a couple of dialogue spots and a couple of sentences that I just hate. I read it back and I was like, why did I write this? I know what I'm trying to say, but it sounds so awful. And so I actually enlisted the help of a couple of my AuthorTube friends. And I picked one sentence and I said, I hate this sentence. How would you reword it? And I was curious of how everybody would reword it. And it was very interesting because all of them kind of did the same thing, which is kind of cool, but also very weird because I did not tell anybody else that, you know, I was going to be giving it to them until they gave me their sentence. So I'm going to have to do a small video on that, of course, once I get my battery. So the next goals that we have for this sprint, obviously, finish up the cards. Also, I am so mad because I got tape and I know that I put it in my purse and now I can't find it in my purse. So I don't know what happened, but there's that. Let's look for another timer. And we're going to go with a more classic approach. I think I'm going to be doing the rocket timer since I guess that rockets are pretty close to fireworks, right? And they spurt fireworks at the end. Okay, I'm going to share my screen with you as I am getting this all set up so that you can see how much time I'm putting on there initially. There we go. All right, so here is the timer. I'm going to do this one for 15 minutes this time. And hopefully that will give me enough time to really start, you know, some progress with Camp NaNoWRIMO. I did do day 1. I did half of day 1. So day 1 was figuring out the basics of a certain climactic plotline and having a side character figure out some intel. So I started that scene of where she figures out intel, and obviously it's very zero draft. I'm just getting it on paper just to figure out like the connections of how to get the middle and the end to connect. And so I did do that, but I would like to do a little bit more with connecting those dots. So timer for that is going to start now. All right. So there goes the rocket timer, I guess. And also, I'm so glad that you could come, Mandy. I am so happy that you are here. Hopefully my lives are helpful and that you could write more stuff. I don't know. I'm just happy you're here. All right, perfect. So as far as what I've been working on so far for the live is I have made Camp Nano cards, and I think that I have successfully gotten day 1 finished. I'm a little bit behind. Luckily, it's only the 3rd, so I can catch up pretty easily. But I realize it's going to be a little bit more difficult to connect these as much as I would like to. But once again, I'm just doing 0 draft stuff. So what's nice is that the first week, I'm really just figuring out the parts in the middle of the story where I haven't written yet. And then once I get to week 2, then if I focus on a chapter or 2 a day, just really getting it all cleaned up, then I will finish it. So that's really awesome. I'll finish kind of like a 2nd, 3rd draft portion. So anybody that is watching or in the comments should let me know what they are working on for Camp NaNoWRIMO, because I would love to hype you up on that sort of stuff. Okay, Jessa, it is the 3rd and not the 4th, but I will be gone on the 4th. I'll be pretty busy on the 4th. I have some friends coming over. And so I wanted to just kind of do a little bit of a day before celebration, especially since it's Saturday. I don't know. I feel like it's weird whenever 4th of July is on a Sunday. I mean, I know you can't help it because it's always going to be on the 4th, but I don't know. Like, it seems like a very Saturday holiday, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't make sense, but it's fine. All right. And Mandy, I love being productive with live streams. Don't know what it is, but I seem to get more done with people. They're not in person. I can agree with that for sure. I think that I am especially more productive whenever I have somebody co-host with me. Sometimes that doesn't always happen, but I feel like that is when I get the most stuff done. But I also still get more done doing a live stream rather than if I were just to say, okay, I'm going to write for an hour, if that makes sense. Okay, and then most people I know celebrate the 4th of July throughout most of the weekend. In fact, I have Monday off, which is super nice. I guess that for federal holidays, if it's not on like a day of the week, then they like have the next day. So if it falls on a Sunday, they let you take Monday off still, which is super nice. But yeah, so either way, it's super fun. I am planning on going out on Monday too, so that'll be super fun. I did dishes, so I can relax now. That is awesome. I feel like I cannot do the dishes with silence, so that totally makes sense to me. I am happy that you were able to get the dishes done because dishes are kind of the worst. It's not my least favorite chore, though, oddly enough. Least favorite chore is laundry, which is bad because then usually laundry piles up and then I get to the point where I don't have clothes and then I have to do the laundry and then I make it like 2 times harder on myself than I have to if I just did it every week, you know? But I also don't have laundry in my apartment. So they're like laundromat rooms that are in my apartment, which is nice that they're like included in the apartment and I don't have to go to a public place, but still, it just makes it a little bit more difficult for sure. But yeah, go doing the dishes. Yes. Okay. So I am in a good spot where I could keep on writing and finish up day 2 goals. Yes. So I am going to map out that. Be very simple, all that sort of stuff. Very first draft type of stuff. I'm working my way through Sarah Cannon's publishing course today, Publish and Thrive, so I feel very productive and mildly overwhelmed. That's really cool, Sarah Cannon's publishing course. I will have to take a look at that. There is one of my books that I'm hoping to publish in the next 6 months to a year. The first book, that is. So I will definitely have to look into that as well. So thank you for mentioning that. I had a huge pile, so I had to get it done so my mom can bring groceries and cook and clean the kitchen. I'm not writing, but I am reading NANOWRIMO Volume 1. Awesome. Hey, you know what? Reading and writing, I feel like if you do either one of those things, you're being productive. And I feel like I need to be more productive with reading. I'm in the middle of a book right now. I'm reading the 3rd book of the Aragon series, but it's really long. And the more you get into those books, the more complicated they get, which is good. That's kind of the point of a series. The books get a little bit more complicated. But because of that, I've kind of been avoiding it. Even though I really do love the story, it takes a lot of brain power for me to read. So I think that that is great. All right, so the last timer I'm going to do, I'm only going to do for 10 minutes because I'm getting really warm in my room, so I may have to wrap this up. Ooh, but which one should I do? I'm trying to find something that is 4th of July-esque without it being 4th of July because they do not have 4th of July timers on here. You know what? Let's do a canoe race. I'm seeing a canoe race on here. I'm going to share my screen so that you guys can also see that. Aragon, I have such a love-hate relationship with that series. Why hate? I'm nervous now. Okay, honestly, the one thing that I do dislike is how much Arya is put on a pedestal. Apparently it's not pedestal, it's pedestal, which I think it should be pedestal because it's like a stool that you sit on and it's like higher. Anyway, I am not a fan of Arya. I'm not a fan that she's like the main love interest because she's very bland. Honestly, I love Queen Nasuda. She is the bomb. I'm like, Aragon, there's a way cooler girl just like right over here. Then again, I'm only on in like the very beginning of the 3rd one. So I know that Nasuda gets with another character later because I accidentally saw a spoiler, but I wasn't upset about it. I was like, you know what, this makes sense, but I don't want to spoil it for anybody else. So if you want to see, but yeah, people that I've talked to that have read the whole series, it's a very love-hate relationship. So I'm interested to see what my thoughts will be about that later. But I'm kind of scared. Okay, no more fear. No more fear is allowed. If I could figure out. Okay, my dislike came from mostly being bored throughout book 1, and I had to force myself to read it through, but I loved books 3 and 4. That's interesting because I liked book 1 a lot, and it kind of got me hooked on it. But I think it's just because it was so simple that it was a really quick read. And I'm a very impatient person, so I like books that are really quick reads. The 2nd book kind of threw me for a loop because they go into so much detail of how to, you know, have magic, which I thought was cool, but also really wore me out because it was complicated. And the 3rd one is a lot more adventure. So I'm trying to keep track of like where all of the adventures are coming from because of all the different characters that they talk about throughout the book. But I still do really like it for sure. I think that he did a very good job with it. And I really hope that one day it could be made into a TV show rather than the horrid movie that it was made into, where they didn't even make Arya an elf. So much hate. All right, here is the 10-minute timer. Oh my gosh, how cute are they? Okay, I'm rooting for Grandma over here. What a doll. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. But also the ginger is pretty cool. The ginger is fun. I don't know, they're all cute, but I'm rooting for Grandma because I feel like that's the right thing to do. Okay, so we are going to start the last sprint of all of the other sprints of this video, I guess, of this live video. And we're going to start that now. Oh my gosh, my hands are so shaky, so I'm clicking the wrong buttons. But looks like number 2 one, which is fun. Also, hang on. Hello, have you come to say hi to the people? Give me love. Okay, she's gone now. But I feel like I kind of got a lot of headway. I started writing on a different portion than I was thinking, and I actually got pretty far, which was pretty nice. Leslie! Oh. Come here. It's like a tradition now that you make an appearance on the show. All right, Leslie. Now give me love. Good girl. Say hi to the people. Say hi to the people. This is Lassie. She's my dog. And here's her bone. Tick. Good job. Well, thank you guys so much for coming to this shorter live. I know that I wanted to say a couple of more things, but I forgot because I haven't eaten breakfast yet. So I'm really hungry. But yay, I'm glad that you find her cute. She also thinks she's cute and uses it to her advantage all the time, not just with me, with other people. But it's always fun to have her on the end here. All right, well, I truly hope that all of you guys have a safe and fun 4th of July. Thank you for coming to the live, and hopefully I will be able to be better about planning out these lives in the future. I know that this one was about 30 minutes later than what I originally said it was, but I'm going to be planning out more since, of course, there is Camp NaNoWRIMO, and I got to hang these guys up. So for my Writers Wednesday videos, you guys will probably be seeing a lot of vlogs instead of planned out videos. And also, I am going to be on the 18-hour write-a-thon on, why am I forgetting her name? So many names are jumbled. I'm hungry, guys. Autumn Ashley's channel. So Autumn Ashley is going to be doing some sprints with a bunch of different people, and I'm going to hop on one of them for the last hour. I will put the information down below so that you guys can make sure to make it to that if you can. Thank you so much again. Sayonara, you guys, and I will see you next week, hopefully around 10 a.m. this time. Bye, guys.